Ngoma Gongwa, MONBASA MVITA. Today I'm going to talk about the topic from freedom to liberation. Today I'm going to present a character, a KARIANGOFO from the African Division, Kenyan province. KARIANGOFO. Today KARIANGOFO is going to tell KADZO the stories of what happened in the country called Kenya to the present time. We're going to highlight the very important features because there are many years. You cannot be able to tell all the stories. But I'm going to outline the most important things. There was a struggle for independence. And I remember when I was a small boy, there was this picture of a great freedom fighter, a field marshal Dedan Wasiori Kimathi. That was a great freedom fighter. Fortunately, when I came from here, I had been brought by my mother to learn my mother tongue. Ewadro Mumias area. And from there, I went back to Nakuru, a cosmopolitan town. It belongs to all the communities in Kenya, but it's a Maasai. It was originally a Maasai town. And I was privileged to enter a school that was just beginning. It was called Kimathi Primary School. Just like Dedan Kimathi. I was proud. I am proud of that school. Why am I talking about Kimathi? This is a man who gave it his all. Yes, he gave his life. But different successive governments are to be reminded that somebody had given it all. His family paid the price. They were to be reminded from time to time. Occasionally, the widow would appear during national days, and the government took up the responsibility. But it was after a lot of reminders. Those who fought on the sides of the colonizers, in fact, gained more than some of those who had fought for the freedom. It was a tragedy. A betrayal. Even when the widow died, she did not know where the husband had been buried. It was supposed to be a secret grave done by the colonial government. It remained a gray area. It still remains a gray area. We forget our heroes so fast. But his blood cries from the soil. Kenyans, let's ask for forgiveness. We really need forgiveness in that area. I know many people will say this guy is sort of becoming partisan or sticking within one, but he was a great freedom fighter. I'm not saying there are no other great freedom fighters. He was the leader of the freedom movement. Dedan Wasiori Kimathi, we salute you. And as Kenyans, we ask God to forgive us for having forgotten about what you did. You're a great warrior. Salute you. As time went by, our fathers of independence got in and they were fracas here and there. People can, the one who was waiting for the true president, and then the president has come and is the vice, and there are those fracas and all those that happened. And there are Kenyans who lost their lives also in the process. but there wasn't much bloodshed. We were learning to be independent. Yes, we were moving on under, for the first time, a Kenyan, and for the first time, black man. Some people lost their life mysteriously, but that was that. Politics is politics. Then came a time when things were not, again, had started becoming hard now within the system. And some young warriors arose. Example of Matiba, Raila Odinga, the late Matiba, and Orengo and the others. It was a trying moment. The most difficult moment. They went to Kamukunji. You can always refer back to history, you know what happened. And not to go into the details. But they drove a point home. Multipartyism. Yes, liberty. 2A was put in. And there was an example of another young warrior. I told you of the story of some young warrior from Eldoret who challenged the unchallengeable, because that was a time when the professor of politics, when he said what he said it was. And then some young warrior just from nowhere came and before you could say, Kanu, the guy was on the seat, an MP. That was liberation. And things kept moving on like that. But during that time, this was the time when government officers and big officers would do whatever they would do. And the environment was being neglected. A park was being taken. And a woman walking in the footsteps of a Kenyan heroine. We knew of Meketa Lili wa Menza. Meketa Lili had fought the Europeans. She had come from the coast she was taken to Kisii and she went back on foot. Total resistance. We had a woman who gave total resistance. She won the Nobel Prize. Wangari Maathai, wherever you are, may your soul be blessed. Rest in peace. She delivered. Yes, environment conservation. True to what the world recognized. We stand with them and say yes. That prize went to a fighter. To a fighter. Wangari Maathai stood against the professor face to face. The professor was shocked because a woman could never out. That time, we men used to believe they were in another class and women were during that time. That is how it was. And a woman rising up. And they said it has to be put up. She went with the fellow women, that time resisting. And when they were to be taken by force into police vehicles and whatever, they unleashed the Brahima weapon. You know what they did? The women who were all around Wangari Maathai started stripping. It was an African. In the African community, a woman was not supposed to strip in public. It is a curse. The policemen took off. They ran. So it was only the police women who were left. Those who were taking cameras, the men took off. And though they were bundled, they were beaten. That was the stop. That place was not grabbed. Wangari stood tall. When she got the Nobel Prize, I know the world cheered an African woman. They didn't know the struggle. Kenyans conserve the environment. It was not an easy thing. It was not an easy thing. She stood where men could not stand. Where women that time could not challenge. She stood tall. Salute, Wangari Maathai, salute. You fought for changes for Kenya. Then came this time where something happened. For the first time, we could vote multi-party. The president fronted his candidate. Yes, fronted his candidate. And the Kenyans fronted their candidates that time. Yes, we are all Kenyans. But one was favored by the president, the others by the civilians. And they gave way. They were three. That was Raila and Kibaki and whatever happened. And Kenyans fronted their choice. And yes, they got it. They were happy. But out of our happiness, we did something that we need God to forgive us. Daniel Arap Moi had brought us a long way. He'd kept peace. He'd kept all those things. For the first time, people stoned his car, presidential car. People threw mud on the presidential car. He came and talked well to the Kenyans. Kenyans, if I have wronged you, forgive me. But whatever I did in the interest. He said it. That speech is there. A very humble man. What did we give in return? Yote yawezekana bila nani? We made a mistake. It was a curse we were throwing to the nation. The new team came. We wanted liberation. We wanted change. There was betrayal again. This time, we shed blood. The blood of Kenyans was shed. Kenyans, we have to pray for forgiveness. But we did not know what had fronted the shedding of blood. You can never abuse your father when he's giving over, when he has done everything good to you. We abused our father. God forgive us. We shed the blood. But that blood also, we never prayed over it. We were just glad that things had come and went. And this thing has been following us. We had betrayal and betrayal. And then things have gone on up to where we are. There are those tensions. Yesterday, as we were celebrating that great day, the Kenyan nation witnessed the love from the brothers and sisters in East Africa. They were all represented on the podium. And what is this message they are trying to send us? They are sending to the wheelbarrow pusher and the rest. Oh, His Excellency, the President. I call him the wheelbarrow pusher because he came with the wheelbarrow, and I see that as the job. The wheelbarrow pusher talked yesterday. He talked things that Kenyans had listened to, cheered for. And I do not say, okay, people have been saying, many people, politicians have been saying, he's done nothing. But me, I can tell things that he's done. He's built the houses, trying to give medical for people. We all know these things. There are markets even here in Bungoma. There's a market going beautiful. Many other markets and housing projects. He has been improving the education system. So If we don't give credit where it's due, God will not bless us with more blessings. Let's give credit where it's due. He's tried what he can do with whatever's been happening. But yesterday, he said something that touched my heart, touched the Kenyans' heart. The Kenyans cheered. He said, though many of the things were privatized, he's finding a way that what is produced can be able to sustain the economy of the country, because those privatized things are the ones that were keeping the economy of the country. That one we said. Kenya used to trade with, it had money in the treasury. Those things now, the money is not going in the treasury, but will be going in the treasury for building the Kenyan nation. Something dear to us. Yes, the wheelbarrow pusher promised that he will be pushing the wheelbarrow to the government office on Monday with goodies that the Kenyans are supposed to have. Remember when I talked the other time and there was this song by Eminem where the daughter was crying, the father was not there. She had to follow him to Sweden to give him the coin that she had made for him, the #1 dad. Wheelbarrow pusher. Walk the talk. Push the wheelbarrow. We shall be watching. And when you deliver the wares, I promise you, we don't have to chase after you to give you the coin with the #1 dad. Automatically, we shall give you the coin saying, this is our father, our #1 wheelbarrow pusher. You talked of Nairobi looking like a city. Wonderful plans. There was a song during those old days. I know he can resonate with that. Some of the Kenyans may not. There was a comedy group called Ridiculous, and used to make us laugh. And there was a comedian called Kajairo. There was a song that came, it was called Nairobi, and it was a hit, a rap song. And Kajairo came to perform it on the stage. And the way of comedians, he went, oh Nairobi, not Nairobi, was, oh Nairobi, Nairobi nilipigwa ngeta, Nairobi, like that, oh Nairobi. So, why was he singing about this? I didn't know that it will reflect at such a time. Because you said something philosophical. Yes. Something that I listened and said, yes, this is the wisdom of a statesman who has made another elder statesman, and they have talked and has made other people. You said, it's better for everything to be stolen, but your dream should never be stolen. Yes, the dream of Nairobi, it will not be Nairobi. It will be a Nairobi. Nairobi hamtapigwa ngeta. Kenya hatutapigwa ngeta. We are waiting as you push your wheelbarrow to the government stores. You may have heard many things, but we say it out of love because we also want our country to move. We may appear so hard sometimes on you. It's not that we're not seeing what you're doing. You're doing a lot. But the changes are not coming as fast as the Kenyans would have expected. But that is to do also with what's happening around. Your Excellency, the wheelbarrow pusher. You said there will be no power brokers this time. There will be no cartels. There will be no tribal pushers. No. This is a place where Kenyans, nationalists are needed. No cartels. Honesty is needed. You are pushing forward a very important agenda for the nation. Your brothers and sisters from the neighboring country were there. They were cheering. in a way saying, now you are making walking steps. It's when a baby is learning to walk. And everybody will sit around, even the neighbors, even the fellow children who cannot even walk or who have started learning walking, and those who are walking. And we used to sing ta 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 ta, and the child is encouraged to make that step. So your brothers and sisters are saying ta 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 ta, and change is not away, it's an arm's length away, because stretch your hand and your brothers and sisters in Africa will be holding your hands in trade, in all those things, in things that are going to benefit Kenya. Stretch your hand. They are all around you. They want to hold you, prop you up when you miss a step. They will be with you. Monday, you are pushing your wheelbarrow to the government store. We shall be waiting for the goodies. Walk the talk. Walk the talk. Your Excellency, we shall give you the #1 father's coin. Kenyans love you. We may have talked a lot about you, saying many things, but we love you. It's out of love. Sometimes we feel frustrated. Sometimes, but it's out of love. But we are not saying you are not doing, and you are doing things. It's only that we would even wish for them faster. Push the wheelbarrow with those who are with you to the government store and load those wares in the government store. Let us say, Kenya hatutapigwa ngeta, Nairobi hatutapigwa ngeta. There will be no gathering of Kenyans, no gathering of our economy, no gathering of opportunities. Do everything for Kenya. Kenya should come first, like it's coming first from what we said. Kenya comes first, everything else last. Kenya first. Your Excellency, the wheelbarrow pusher, we wish you well. We wish you well. We wish you well. Push the wheelbarrow. And we assure you, the #1 father's coin, you won't need to ask for it. That is my take for now.